Introduction. In this video we sling from Wonderboom Airport to Hartzhoogte hunting lodge on day 1 of our slinging trip to Port Nolloth. The planning for the whole trip is presented as a separate video. In this video we mainly share the slinging to Hartzhoogte and being there with the normal tips and general aviation tidbits. Planning specific to this leg of the trip was quite straightforward. The route was just slightly north of the Wonderboom and Matana routes we have flown before, and therefore not too unfamiliar. The NOTAMs and the weather did not show anything significant in getting there. On the morning of our departure, we were routed for a takeoff from runway 06 at Wonderboom. The clouds were quite low and we had to stay low level over peak and wood. On entering the flight information south airspace, the clouds have dispersed and lifted and we could ascend to flight level 65 and register with them. We had an uneventful and stable flight over familiar landscapes. The runway at Hartzhoogte is quite difficult to spot from the air. We followed a procedure similar to the precautionary landing procedure and first did a low level inspection pass to ascertain the condition of the runway and then landed on runway 27. We parked the airplane in the open hangar for the night. Review of the runway. The owner of the hunting lodge has sold his fixed wing airplane and acquired a helicopter. The runway is therefore not going to be used anymore and thus not maintained anymore. A review would therefore not serve much purpose. Grass patches had to be cleaned from the runway the previous day specifically for us. General aviation tidbits. There are numerous airspaces of different types to consider when flying, but the most common ones we encountered in South Africa in visual flight in the open country, as mentioned in most of our videos, are the flight information spaces. Almost all the information spaces start at 1,500 feet above ground and extend upwards to different levels, to different other airspaces in different places. This could be anything up to flight level 110 or even up to flight level 460. If you fly underneath them, you have to fly on altitude settings and provide traffic information broadcast by airplanes TIBA about every 15 minutes or so, to tell other planes exactly where you are and what you are going to do. The generic frequency for this is 1 to 4.8 MHz. The QNH air pressure setting will be the actual atmospheric pressure to indicate your actual flying altitude, which you can basically decide on yourself within the visual rules limits. If you fly into the information airspace, you have to determine the flight level applicable to your specific direction of flight, determined by your magnetic track, according to the semicircular rule. For flight levels, your QNH setting is for the standard day of 1013.2 hectopascal. You then register with the air traffic controller in that specific information space on that specific frequency. Provide him with all your details and the requested flight level you want to fly at. He will provide you with a score code for your transponders so he can monitor the traffic in your vicinity for you on his radar and provide you with traffic warnings. A much more relaxed way of flying, once inexperienced pilots can get over the fear of that initial discussion with the controller.
Squawk 5550, already maintaining 075, Whiskey Mike Mike.
Whiskey Mike Mike, report to beam Belfast.
Beam Belfast next, Whiskey Mike Mike.
A common mistake made by inexperienced pilots here is to request the incorrect flight level, sometimes due to the magnetic track requirement at the switchover of the semicircle. Being there, the manager Marius Maria came to fetch us at the runway and took us directly to our chalet over very bumpy roads. We were the only ones in the lodge. Later the afternoon, Marius came to fetch us for a game drive. It's quite a big farm and one could easily identify that this is an active hunting lodge, as all the animals immediately ran away when spotting or hearing the vehicle. What a stark contrast to some of other lodges we have slinged to. Review of the facilities. The rooms were spacious, well furnished with good beds and bedding. Self-catering is provided for in a well-equipped separate central kitchen and dining room area, with braais and walk-in facilities for the hunters. After a good night's sleep, we woke up early the next morning and Maurice took us to the airfield to continue our journey to Grabis. This next leg is addressed in a separate video.